Alright, let's go.
Alright, shalom, shalom to Brother Kadash.
Shalom to Brother Kunaf.
I want to start off by giving our praise to
Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Makakadash.
We're going to jump straight into it. We in the last book of Deuteronomy that we're going to break down. But before we jump into that, you know, we like to give a little backstory of what's been happening. So, you know, motherfuckers want to laugh and have smiles on their face. But they people that they look up to, which is the Jewish people, not the real Jews, they just got hit over there in Israel. So how you feel about that? 250 dead, but we really can't speak about it like that on YouTube because they want to take our videos down and shit like that whenever there's like a major attack. So we'll just speak about it facts. This is just, what's the disclaimer? This is just for research purposes, right? So Israel, they had 250 fair use, right? 250 people died in Israel, pretty much in the last 24 hours. They said they had another 42 people took and captured. So one of the big things they were saying is that since they had like a damn, what's the word? It's like safety. So they try to guarantee their people safety in their cities, and they said that's pretty much been wiped off. So they hit like Tel Aviv, they hit some of the major cities, they hit Jerusalem, they hit Beersheba. So they hit a lot of major places in Israel. So the people thinking that, you know, they got this Iron Dome that's gonna shoot the missiles out the sky so they can have peace over there and they can have safety, but they country, the people who run their country couldn't deliver the people safety, because, you know, just think about being in your apartment, because they sold somebody in their apartment, and then the missile just come, you look out the sky and you see a star just coming your way, and a missile coming in, next thing you know, you back in the spiritual realm. You see what I'm saying? So they couldn't deliver safety to their people. So that's one of the big things. Like, yeah, look something up on it if you can, though. So yeah, they got.
Gonna get a preset.
No, you got preset. So yeah, so 250 people got killed. Now, of course, Israel hit back because they got a stronger military and stronger weapons. So they actually hit back and they killed probably even more. But that's the price of war, and that's what our people don't understand, man. You know, see those missiles flying to the sky and they kind of zigzag and they look like snakes. You know, our people don't understand what war is. You know, America, these are weak men in America. You know, they don't know nothing about war no more. But it's finna come back here, you know? And what they say, the saying is, good time make weak man, hard times make strong men. You see what I'm saying? So the war finna come over here, but just seeing those missiles fly in the sky and they hit their targets because they said they overwhelmed the Iron Dome. So just imagine when those missiles come over here to America and you see those missiles flying through the sky like snakes. You see what I'm saying? A gun ain't shit. A bullet ain't shit when you talking about missiles. You see what I'm saying?
And this was a surprise bombing. Like when they got hit with.
Facts.
It was a surprise bombing. They had fucking got caught completely off guard. You know what I'm saying? And they hit them in the air, and just like the brother was saying, they hit them in the air with the missile, and then they came and they swarmed with a team of a crew of army soldiers and hit them on the ground too.
Yeah, so they hit them on the ground and from the sea.
Yeah, exactly. So they was completely wiped off.
But they caught them. They caught them while they were having like a celebration, like a little holiday, right? Which they don't really even keep that right because they not the true Jews. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's war over there. Prophecy in the Bible is when the true Jews go back to the land, there will be peace on earth. So there ain't been peace since those people got over there because they not the real deal. You see what I'm saying? And they finna see that place gonna get wiped off the map and have to be rebuilt.
Yeah, just like you said, it's a beautiful thing because we watching them destroy the place that they finna have to rebuild. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna go into slavery and they're gonna rebuild all of that. You know what I'm saying? That's prophecy. So we seeing it happening and we like it because we know what the time we know what that symbolizes because it's prophecy. This is Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So we seeing another prophecy being fulfilled right before our eyes. You know, America finna go into war here soon. We see Russia and Ukraine over there, they going to war. You know what I'm saying? And it's finna just keep increasing throughout the earth.
Now watch this, right? Now, they got hit while they were doing a celebration or a holiday or whatever, right? While they was keeping that, which they got hit like that like 50 years ago, they got hit off guard too, right? They said from the air, from the sea, from the land. They got hit, 250 killed in the last 24 hours. We praising the Lord for that. That's the Lord's judgment, right? Now the thing about it is they did that to us. So now that's coming back on them. You see how the Lord worked? That's the long one, buddy. Yeah. So this is 2 Maccabees chapter 5, right? I'm gonna start at verse 24. He sent also the detestable ringleader Apollonius with an army of 22,000, commanding him to slay all those that were in their best age, and to sell the woman and the younger sort, right? Who coming to Jerusalem and pretending peace, right, did forbear till the holy day of the Sabbath, when taking the Jews keeping the holy day, he commanded his men to arm themselves. Now they just had a peace agreement with the strip of Gaza. They was trying to work on a peace agreement with them, but then they caught them off guard and they killed 250 in the last 24 hours and took 42 captured, which is the Lord's judgment, you know. So all praise the Lord, right? This is verse 26. And so he slew all them that were gone to the celebrating of the Sabbath, and running through the city with the weapons slew great multitudes. So that actually happened to us when we was in the land. When we had the Sabbath day, our Sabbath day is the rest day on the 7th day, they built up an army, the Edomites, and then they came and slew us on the Sabbath day and caught us off guard. So it's funny how that happened to them today, you know?
Yeah, and what was the purpose of them doing that? Because they know that the Sabbath day we're not supposed to do no work, right? So they knew that coming to catch us on the Sabbath day, he was going to catch them off guard, and a lot of the brothers, and a lot of the people refused to fight because it was the Sabbath day.
Yep. I mean, and that's just funny how the Lord works. How what happened to us is going to happen to them, and that's what we keep saying. The same way we went into slavery under a people that has not paid for it, right? How we built America on the backs of our people, and then the land belonged to the Native Americans, you know? So all that was taken by bloodshed. It wasn't bought, it wasn't negotiated for, it was taken by bloodshed. So all we saying is the same thing that happened to us gonna happen to them, but the difference is we survived. So through 400, 500 years of hardcore bondage slavery till this day, we still prospering and surviving. We're gonna see if they people can do that, right? Because we know how crybaby they is, you know, so a lot of people don't like to give us our credit, but at the end of the day, we went through what no other people on earth could go through and survive, and we still here. And we about to take the kingdom back, take rulership over the earth back, right? So that's the whole point of the Lord coming back. So if this place was righteous, the Lord wouldn't have to come back and destroy it. So if the Lord is coming back to destroy it, well, who's in rulership on this earth? Well, when you come back and you take a kingdom, you go for the top guy. Whoever's sitting in the top seat, that's who you take out, and then you put the crown on your head. So we know who's sitting on the top seat. So that's the same people that's gonna go to war with the Lord when he comes back. But they put this in the movie Independence Day, right? An alien is nothing but them just saying the Lord and the angels coming back to fight against mankind on the earth, and destroy them and take over earth, and then give it back to the true rulers of earth, his people.
This is Numbers 35 and 33. I'm gonna start at 32. And ye shall take no satisfaction for him that is fled to the city of his refuge, that he shall come again and dwell in the land until the death of the priest. Verse 33, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land.
Right, so how was America begotten? Blood defileth the land. They got this land off trickery, bloodshed, war, deceit, murder, rape, robbery, and then they think they don't have to pay for it.
And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
It says the land cannot be cleansed of the blood, but by the blood of him that shed it. You see, and that's why they hate the Lord. That's why they worship Santa Claus. Santa Claus ain't in the Bible. Where'd you get that from? That's pagan worship. Easter with eggs, bunnies laying eggs, and Valentine's Day shooting heart arrows. That's not in the Bible. That's pagan worship. They hate the Lord because they don't want authority over them. They want to be the top authority. They hate that there's something out there that's stronger than them, that's authority over them, that can take them down. And that's why they have their space force, because they prepared to fight against the Lord when the Lord comes back. But they gonna lose them. You know, this is verse 27 back in 2 Maccabees chapter 5. But Judas Maccabees with 9 others and thereabout withdrew himself. Can you get that Revelation 13? drew himself into the wilderness
Hey,
and
guys.
lived in the mountains after the manner of beasts and companies. What's up? What's going on?
Busy?
Yep. Lest you be partakers.
We one of the
of
tribes, Indians.
Yeah, Native Americans.
I'm an
yep.
Indian, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
for
That's
sure.
why I
yeah.
talk. That's why I talk. That's why I stop.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I believe you're a part of the 12 tribes of Israel. So our message is
Your father, a native?
No, that's on a female side. My grandmother.
your mother. You gotta
my,
look at
my dad's
So
mother.
what's your?
your dad's mother. Okay, so
Right,
your
so it is
dad.
your father.
Yeah.
Huh?
So, yep.
I said, so it would be your father too then.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yep. So our message is we just gotta wake up, come together, follow the Lord. Our Lord coming back to take us out of captivity and get vengeance for us.
That's right, brother.
Yep,
You know what?
that's
That's
right.
coming too.
So we gonna get the land back. I got the land too for y'all.
Here's what they don't know. There's 660 million natives still living in the Americas.
Yeah.
In this day, there's only 200 million. We still are the majority. We still outnumber them.
Yeah. But you know why y'all don't have power though, right?
We're outmaneuvered because of apartheid rules and laws that they created for us.
They created. Exactly.
Yep.
But that's judgment day. They gonna be
Yeah.
judged for that.
Yep. And you guys keep up the good work, man. Peace, yo.
Yep. Take care. Yep. So that's the spirit right there. Never.
You
never
judge.
judge.
Like the Edomite.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And so when he walked up, he tried to doubt me, and I was refusing all of that from the shit. And then he knew what we were doing, so he wanted to let it be known that he was one of the brothers. So I had to apologize. But yeah, and that's another reason why the Lord gotta come back, because we could get confused like that, putting people in positions that they shouldn't be in as far as like the tribe. You know what I'm saying? Just by looks, you can't just go by looks. So, yeah, my bad.
No. That's the spirit right there. So you never really judge a man off his looks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because our people gonna come looking like
Yeah, so we were scattered amongst all nations.
yeah. So it's really the spirit. So when we talking to him, he not like, oh, we need to worship Santa Claus, or oh, America's so great. What was his spirit? His spirit was, hey, we still around. Native Americans still around. Look what they doing to us with they made up laws. That was his spirit, and we gonna get vengeance. That was his spirit. So that's what it talks about. You get that his spirit bear witness with my spirit. We are the children of Israel. So that's the spirit, right? And that's a holy spirit to have. Let me find it. Get that Revelation 13. What we got here? Let me find it. I think it's in the book of Romans. You got that Revelation.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it right now. This Revelation 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
It said him that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Him that leadeth in captivity must go into captivity. And on top of that, it's saying, here's the patience and the faith of the saints. Right? So a lot of people want to demonize us because we going against their daddy, their master. They want to demonize us. But it says this is the patience and the faith of the saints. So the saints will have patience that vengeance will come. The saints will have faith that vengeance will come. Those that led into captivity should go into captivity. So we know who's behind the biggest captivity the world's ever seen. Well, those are the same people going to go into captivity. And we see it starting with Ukraine. We see it starting with Israel 250 dying overnight. We seeing those things start. Those things are going to come to America because what's America's biggest enemy as far as the nations? Russia. So damn, look how the Lord did it. You got to fight against your own people. This is Romans 8 verse 16. The Spirit bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. So we know we the children of God. His Spirit bear witness with our spirit. He could possibly be an Israelite. Now, the Lord has a sense of humor. The Lord gonna use their own people to destroy them. Ain't no difference from a Russian, a European, the British, the French, the Spaniards. Hey, they all Edomites, man. They come from the same nation, just broke off into different pieces. So the Lord is using their self. Can you get that? If two nations be divided? Yeah. All right, let me find it. I know it's on the book of Luke.
Yeah, I just want to. I got a precept to Revelation 13 because it said here are the patience and the faith of the saints. Because we know that the Lord won't vengeance just as much as we do, right? So that's why we being patient, because we know he wants just what we want. And so this is 2 Thessalonians 1. I'm gonna start at verse 5, which is a manifest token of the righteousness judgment of God, of the righteous judgment of God, that ye may be counted worthy of the kingdom of God, for which ye also suffered, seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you, and to you who are troubled rest with us when the Lord Jesus shall be revealed from heaven with us. With his mighty angels. I'm gonna continue. It say, and flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not God and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Jesus. You know, Yahweh Shai.
Like that.
Yeah. Who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his power, when he shall come to be glorified in his saints. Look at that word saints again. And to be admired in all them that believe, because our testimony among you was believed in that day. So yeah, so the Lord definitely coming back, and he want it just as bad as we do. So when you see us out here and we get all fired up and flamed up, and we get excited about, you know, what's going on over there in the Holy Land, and that's why that's going on over there. Because when the righteous people get over there, then the Spirit of the Lord will dwell in that land. But the people not over there right now, so the Spirit of the Lord not over there. So that's why you see all of that destruction going on.
I like that one too. This is Mark 3, verse 24. If a kingdom be divided itself, that kingdom cannot stand. If a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but has an end. So that's what you see with these nations. They the same people, but they divided. So how are they gonna stand? And then even when you look at America, America's divided with Democrats and Republicans. A house that's divided, how could they stand? So they trying to make something to unite the people, like a war against aliens or some shit like that. You see what I'm saying? But
another deceitful tactic.
Yep, facts.
From the white man.
Yep, facts. But it ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? And they still gonna be destroyed at the end. So when you see us out here, you know, we just doing our part. You know, it's bigger camps, bigger cities, more of us, a lot of brothers that know they the Israelites, just like he said. He took a picture of the 12 tribes, right, and said he instantly see himself on there. He said, y'all keep doing the good work, man. The Lord can send people just to give you that message to keep your faith going, man. Because at the end of the day, it may seem like we not doing nothing, but we just playing our part until the war comes. You know, and then you gotta unify your people first before going to war. You know, that's what I'm saying. So yesterday was a great day. You know, we got the fast coming at sundown, and right before the fast, you got 250 devils killed in the last 24 hours, and probably even more because they still fighting right now. So that toll goes up, and they don't really give you the real numbers. They always try to diminish the numbers and say, well, they ain't hit us that hard. So that number's still going up, and higher and higher. What's up, brother? What's going on? How your day going?
All right.
And we just out here teaching that we are the Hebrew Israelites. You ever heard of the Hebrew Israelites?
Yeah, my sister husband, the Hebrew Israelite.
Oh yeah, that's the spirit, man.
Yeah, they go hard.
We go hard. It's spreading, you know, waking our people up, man. That's the main thing.
Do you believe in that? Do you believe in that teaching?
Do I believe in the Hebrew Israelite?
Yeah.
Some stuff.
I believe that every religion got a piece of the truth. You know what I'm saying? You got to piece it together for yourself.
Right, but the Hebrew Israelites, it's not a religion. It's more so of a culture. Right?
Hebrew Israelites is what?
It's not a religion. Like, so when we identify ourselves as Hebrew Israelites, we taken away from identifying ourselves as African Americans, you know what I'm saying, black, you know, things like that. So it's not a religion. It's who we are as a people. And it's, when you look at this chart right here, the 12 tribes chart, depending on what you would call yourself over here will be what your true tribe you come from is. You know what I mean?
It's really just
learning.
like a history.
Right,
So some
right.
people could take this and make a religion out of it, like Christmas. Ain't no Santa Claus in this book.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Y'all still using King James?
Yeah, this King James
Okay,
version, which
yeah.
you know is translated from Greek and Hebrew.
Yeah,
which
yeah,
we speak
yeah.
a little bit Hebrew, but my point is people can take it and make a religion, but this book is giving you a history. So
Yeah.
there was actually a man, King David. There was actually a man, Moses, Noah's Ark. You know what I mean? King Solomon actually lived. These are things that could be verified. You know, Alexander the Greek. It speaks about him in the Bible.
Yeah, oh
you know
yeah.
Alexander the Greek is real. You know what I mean? You see him on coins. He still got coins with his head on it and stuff. So we look at it as a history book, you know?
Right,
and then it shows things that happen in the history that we got to learn from, you know? So anytime the Lord gave us law, statutes, commandments, which benefit us, it's really just a guide. This how I made this earth, and I'm giving you the guide of how to succeed on this earth. So we see anytime our people went away from that, we got what we got today. Which is complete confusion. We hate each other. We can't come together. The Arabs can move into Springfield, Illinois, and they make all the money. They build liquor stores, car lots, chicken shacks in our hood.
Everything.
And take the money out of our hood, but they don't take that money and build back in our hood. They take that money and get that to their people. Right? Because, and then same thing with the Asians. They come with nail salons, hair stores for
They get the
women.
loans. They get
The loan, all the money, you know, rice shops and shit like that. So they make all the money. So why are people so destroyed? Well, because we don't know how to come together. But the law, statutes, commandments help us come together. Don't commit adultery. So don't none of us sleep with each other's wives. We can love each other as brothers more.
Right.
Because we're not gonna try to
follow. If you follow the basic 10 commandments, the 10 major factors.
Yep.
Then so what? I know this. What's the major difference between y'all and Muslims?
Well, see, the thing is, Islam here in America, the Muslims over there in Saudi Arabia really don't even accept it.
Right.
But it's a whole different thing. You see what I'm saying? Like, I had a Muslim brother call me the other day. He said he went up to Auto Mall with Arabs. They practice that. He said they treated them like shit. I said, because
like
they don't.
Even a part of the,
He was like, we both Muslim brothers. They don't look at you as that. It's no different than a Christian church, Catholic church. That's why we say, no, we're Hebrews. We're not Christians. We're the real Christians, because that means followers of Christ. But they put that name on themselves. Catholic just means universal. The difference is, it really a lot of similarities. Because the Muslims here in America, they say that they are the Jews, that they are the Israelites. They actually say that too. And then they say you can't eat pork, so they keep the commandments in a way. So they try to teach to keep the commandments in a way. The only difference is they don't say they Hebrew Israelites. They say they Muslims, and they believe in Allah, which we believe Yahweh is the Father. But their Allah is who we say is Yahweh. So our gods is the same, they just got different names. But our problem with them is it's just small stuff. Like they wear suits.
Just the little nuances. That way
it's
things
like,
split off.
They think they the chosen people.
Right.
We know we the chosen people.
Right.
So that's kind of like the head.
But they are the chosen people too, because they are people too. So we look at them too, they just into a different religion. But I believe at the end we all gonna come together.
Right. Exactly.
To
That's
one,
what it's
the
all
truth.
about.
Exactly.
Come together.
At the end. But you know, they do stuff like they wear suit and tie. Well, where do you get that from? I could look up who created the suit and tie. It's a white man.
Right.
So you still find what we put on these. Why? Because it says in the Bible. It says wear garments. Our Lord, He wear the garment, and it says put fringes with a border of blue at the bottom, because that helps you remember.
Directly Bible based.
Yeah, we directly Bible based, because that helps you remember the law, statutes, commandments. When you look down on your fringes, it's a reminder, keep the Lord's law. Because the Lord's like, if you took all so-called black people, say so-called because we're not black.
Right, exactly.
And you took us and you put us in a desert, and you said build a civilization, just y'all. What we have to have some rules. We have to have some laws, because you have to have civilization.
Yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So what's those laws? All we saying is, what's better than the law, statutes, commandments in the Bible? You have a Sabbath day, the 7-day rest. You did all your work, and now on this day rest. You got laws on how to deal with your woman, laws how to deal with your kids.
Now, do y'all do the Sabbath on Saturday or Sunday?
No, we don't. We follow because in the beginning, the Lord created what? The sun, the moon, the stars. Time is based off of that. So time, you can get that in Genesis 1. It's like in verse 32 or something. So time is based off what you see in the sky. Sun, moon, and stars. You can't go off of man-made
astrological movements.
Exactly. So the 7th day comes in, so you got
That's
a new
how you
moon.
actually supposed to keep the calendar too.
Yeah, the
Because
true
it's different
calendar.
sections
I know I was,
of the
doing
moon.
research about how they they butchered.
They
you know how
butchered
they
it.
did. They flipped it and twisted
Exactly.
everything.
So
Yeah,
when-
because they
you know
think
what I'm
they
saying?
run the earth. They think they're the
Yeah,
gods.
exactly.
Exactly.
How do you do that? You do it by making things in your image and what you want to believe.
Because let me
Making other
ask you
people
this:
believe that.
if America gets destroyed, right, all hell breaks loose like the movie Purge. How you gonna know when the Sabbath come in? You ain't gonna know if it's Sunday or Monday.
Right,
You're gonna be
right.
out here trying to survive, jumping from house to
Exactly.
house, getting food. How you gonna know what day it is?
Right.
I forget what day it is sometimes.
You
I gotta
like,
look on my
I
phone.
think 5 moons been passed. I don't remember.
You see what I'm saying? How
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
day? But you know what day it is because you can look up. You see that
Exactly,
moon, and you see that
exactly.
moon full because the first moon was a full bright moon. Then you know, okay, that's the new moon. You got to keep the Sabbath, and then every 7 day from that, you keep the Sabbath, and then actually in the middle of the month, it'll be a dark moon. But they switched it because they made the dark moon the new moon, and then they made the full bright moon as and then you know they got the whole werewolf stuff, and then you turn to a werewolf and you see a full moon.
See, my parents,
Yeah,
I was
they made
raised.
mockery.
Y'all can imagine how I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness.
Okay.
You already, you know, I don't know if y'all know too much about them, but you know, they just, you know, they try their best. I kind of
They
think
try their
that
best.
you know they try their best to follow what's in the Bible, and I think that, you know, as a human being, you know, as long as you do something, regardless of what religion you say, if you're doing something to help you be a better man, a better husband, a better father, a better sister, brother, if it helps you be a better human being overall, then I believe that you got something that's pretty good. If it helps you be better, as a
But
human
helps
in
you be
general.
better to the Lord.
Yeah.
And that's where we differ at because if they problem is we look into their religion, we can see who started. The same people that took us in slavery is the people that started.
Yeah.
The Christian church come from the Catholic church.
Yeah.
These are the people that are going with us being in slavery, us
Right.
being on the slave boat.
Right.
You know, it says you touch the apple of the Lord's eye. That's we just got done going through that before you came, but that's a judge on Judgment Day. They got an answer for that. You see what I'm saying? We'd rather follow the Lord than man. You got that?
Yeah.
Yeah, this Genesis 1, I'm going to start at verse 14. It says, "And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days, and for years."
So how do you know if it's the new day? It said lights in the sky. It divides the day from the night. It says for signs. Well, how you know what season it is? Season, read it again. Times.
And let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days, and for years.
How you know what day it is? How you know what year it is?
Based off the moon, because
Based
the moon
off the
goes
Based
through a
off
different
the
cycle.
movement of the stars.
Yeah, when it's no
Like
moon,
how they
half
took
moon,
it way
full
back
moon.
when they was building the pyramids and built it with, on the exact moment, it's exact, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So you had our people, the two kingdoms. We were in Egypt, and we were building pyramids at some sort. But then you might ask, so well, why is there pyramids over here in Mexico? There's pyramids in America. So why is it pyramids all over the earth? Because the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel, we were scattered. So when you look at Issachar,
Scattered
the
amongst
Mexicans.
the planet.
Exactly. So when you look at the Mexicans, that's not their true name. They go back to the Aztecs, right? They were conquered by the Spaniards. They speak Spanish because they
Right.
were conquered by the Spaniards. Now today, all of a sudden, they worship a white man, a pope. When you go to Mexico, they got this white bald man on the side of their mouth.
Oh man,
You see
I
how it
love
work?
giving all. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And
It's
then-
amazing. It's amazing what they was
it's
able
sad.
to accomplish.
Yeah.
With the deceit.
How they was able to
Yeah.
rewrite this whole thing in a packaging.
And tell them that they
Right.
Mexicans and they speak Spanish. You got that from who conquered. We speak
Yeah.
English because why? We were conquered by the British, the English.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So we in Christian church, which comes from the Catholic church, because that's where our oppressors put on us, and then they told us our Lord name was Jesus. The letter J wasn't even existed when he
Right.
was walking the earth. And as a
Look
matter
how
of
he
fact,
looked.
It was Joshua, right?
Look how he looked. They tell us that this is God, this is our Savior, but he looked exactly like the people who.
Right, and it tells you in the Bible his skin's like bronze and his hair is like fiery.
Exactly, that's
Whatever
his
it
spirit.
said. Well, I
Yeah.
remember
And
something
then-
like
you
brimstone.
roughly paraphrasing, you do that.
and then when you on top of that, the word Jesus, that's not even how you say the word.
Right.
The Spanish, they say the right way is really Jesus.
Mhm.
So here you go, you walking around saying Jesus is the real name. You ain't even pronouncing it right.
Right.
You ain't even
right.
pronouncing
This
that
is
word
supposed to be
right.
right, exactly.
The
The
word-
most basic thing
Yeah.
of
that-
a person is the name.
But that's the
and you ain't
difference.
even got that right.
You ain't it really pronouncing
Yeah.
Jesus. So all the Christians
Right.
tomorrow
Huh.
should say we pray on the name Jesus.
Right.
Because you're not even saying that word right. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's not even his name because the letter J didn't even exist. His
Right.
mother was a Hebrew and his father was a Hebrew.
So
they gave him
Yahshua
the Hebrew
is
name.
Yahshua supposed to be God, or Yahshua supposed to be
You
Jesus?
say Yahshua, we say Yahweh Shai, which is the same thing.
Okay.
We just
okay.
pronounce it or we
Okay,
stress the
right,
letters.
right,
Same
right.
thing.
It's like ancient
Yeah.
Hebrew and then more modern Hebrew.
Okay, okay,
Uh,
okay.
Like the
So
difference.
Yahweh Shai, because his name actually has a meaning. So he came to be a savior. That's what Yahweh Shai means in the Hebrew. His father name is Yahweh because it means he exists. He is who he is.
Right, right. I am what I am.
I am what I am. So when he came down, Moses came down off the mountain. What's his name? He said he is who he is. You know, which is, you got to say, but he told Moses, I am who I am. When he said it to the people, he said he is who he is. You see what I'm saying? He is, it's Yahweh in the Hebrew. Right? So that's what he's coming back. The son name is Yahweh Shai, which means he's a savior. That's what he's coming back to do. So our names got meanings behind it.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
that's how the Hebrew was.
100%.
You know, so our message is people like to demonize the Hebrew Israelites, but they can't deny that we the biggest thing right now. We taking over Christian church, so many brothers running out of there, the whole Islam thing, because they coming to the truth. Before the Lord come back, he sent his prophets out to teach the truth, and we just warning our people of what's about to happen. So we got to come back together, follow our Lord, because that's what's wrong with the black community. You say, what's wrong with the black community in Springfield? Why we at the bottom and they at the top on the west side? You see what I'm saying? They make the average white family make 10 times more than us because we don't come together. So you got to compete.
Yeah, they were just speaking about this on the news too.
They speaking about that.
Yeah.
You got to compete as a nation against the other nations. Our people are the only people that don't want to do that. We want to love everybody.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah,
right,
but
right. Be
but
accepted and
Yeah.
The Arabs come over
everybody
here.
hate
be
us.
accepted and integrated into them instead of coming together with ourselves.
we can't do it
You know what I'm
individual.
saying?
We want to do everything individual.
Right,
The other
right.
nations, they come here together
Right, as a one.
as a nation.
Right.
When you go out to what's those apartments out there, Chatham Hill apartments, and you see the Arabs out there, they all live in a community
Yeah,
together.
yeah,
they go to the
yeah.
same college together.
Right,
They
right.
buy
The
cars
same way
together.
with the same way with Westbrook and shit over there.
Yeah,
All
that's
them
what I'm
Indians.
talking
Yeah.
about.
The East Indians, they over there congregated that whole apartment complex.
See,
Damn.
they do things together. So we got to come together as a people and do things together, and then that's where we get power. And you got to compete against the other nations
Right.
because they competing against us. Just like all the white people, they live in their neighborhoods, they suburbs together because they come together and they compete and they keep all the riches to themselves.
Exactly.
So
Right, but
these
that money
laws
recirculated.
is gonna help us come together and be
Yeah,
brothers and
yeah.
love each other. Ain't nothing bad about that.
No,
a lot of our
no.
people hate the laws, but you know it's a good thing. Even the dietary law helps us be healthy. You know, our people have a problem with being healthy, got diabetes and all that stuff.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
we saying is get in this Bible,
Right.
know who your Lord is, follow these laws, apply them to your life. We ain't saying that you're gonna be the perfect Hebrew Israelite and keep the laws perfect tomorrow. We just saying just take your steps and the Lord gonna increase you. The more you believe, your faith, you're gonna get better at keeping some laws.
Right. Well, I appreciate y'all, brothers,
rehearse the
man.
righteous
I
acts.
appreciate y'all. Y'all out here
Yes, sir.
doing
What's your
righteous
name, brother?
shit. Antoine.
Antoine. I'm
yeah.
Quinna.
Okay, man. Y'all keep it up, man. Appreciate the talk, man. Head
Yes,
over to
sir.
the library.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
keep the faith.
All right.
You got anything?
No. But yeah,
I
I
just
mean,
be trying to keep my train of thought.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, that shit powerful. That's why I wanted him to stop because today it was just like God given because they keep walking past it like 2-3 different brothers done walk past us today, and so I was just like, man, somebody got to get this word.
Man, that's the spirit. And they
Yeah, facts.
250, at least 250 devils just went back to the spiritual realm in the last 24 hours. So
Facts.
that's the spirit. That's the sacrifice.
And that's the thing. We see them weakening, and then this is our this is how we come together and get our power. You know what I'm saying? So there's no better time than it is now for us to really come together and really get into this book, learn these laws, and start trying to unify with each other because all the other nations, they get slowly but surely they get broken down. You see these wars and shit going on all in these other countries and shit. You know what I'm saying? We over here in America, right? So we ain't got no country, but we here, and so this is where we need to start congregating that, you know what I'm saying, or wherever we may be, and just start coming together, man.
And then check this out. They want to live. They want to feel some type of way. What are they
Yeah.
doing out there, standing in front of the camera? But hey, who gonna be laughing when your fucking gas prices go up to $8, $9? Because if Iran, you know, comes into the war with Israel, which that's prophecy and that's going to happen, and they going to destroy that place, and we gonna go back and then we gonna cause them to build up that place the same way we built up their place through slavery. They gonna build back up our place, but that place got to be destroyed because the heathen are there. But if Iran joins it, then I think they have like a certain percentage of oil that they sell, which is a big percentage. then gas prices go up. So you can feel however the fuck you want to feel and laugh and smile or however you want to smile. But when your gas prices go up, when your interest rate on houses at 8%, 10%, you can't go buy a nice $200,000, $300,000 house without paying hell of money because your interest rate go up. Don't be mad at us. Be mad at your fucking government, man. That's what you need to be mad at. When your price of meat is going up, your beef price is out the fucking sky, and they keep coming with different fucking false flag attacks and pandemics to take more control from you. Don't be mad at us. They the ones that's taking the fucking control from you. You know, and then we know who was behind. We can't say it on YouTube, but we know who was behind 2019 and 2020. So when your grandmas and your grandpas are dying because they got the cold, don't blame that on us. We didn't do that. Your government did that. Your government was behind that, man. You know, and then they so dumb, right? Because they allow their own people to oppress them. You see what I'm saying? Like, we know 9/11. We know who was really behind that, and they took away more of your rights after that. So it's all a plan, you know?
So that lets you know that this government don't get no fuck about none of the civilians over here. And America is one of the only countries that you really see this shit going on at. All the other nations, they give a fuck about their citizens. They make
Right.
they make laws that, you know what I'm saying, that help their citizens and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They put them in positions like they got more access to shit.
Oh yeah, you go over there to Saudi Arabia, they got free healthcare, free schooling, they
free
give you
garbage, free
monthly,
electricity.
you don't pay taxes. So you can't be fucking mad at us. It's your government that's oppressing you. Donald Trump ain't gonna be able to run this year. We didn't do that. It's your government that's coming after him for taxes and business related reasons so they can stop him from running the elections. We know the reason why they coming after him.
Yeah,
they don't want to. So you can't be mad at us. That's your government that's doing that.
So that just lets you know how corrupt and wicked this system is, because why are they trying to stop him from running? Like, what's the real truth meaning behind it?
Because he's
evil shit.
He's going to benefit America. They don't want America to be benefit because they want to take the whole system down and come with a new system, which is the New World Order, the Internet of all things. Your money is going to be digital. You're going to have a chip in you to access your money. They're going to be able to track everything you do. They're going to be able to forcefully take anything. Let's just say, right, in the digital system, let's just say you go sign a contract. I'm going to pay $300 a month for this card. You have no choice now. Because if you don't, they could just take the money from your account. You can't run off no more. And then if you ain't got no money in your account, anytime you put money in it, they could just take it off, or they could just shut you completely off until you pay your debt. So that's bondage, man. That's slavery. You know? So
But that's what y'all want, though.
That's what y'all want.
So, hey, have at it. We ain't gonna be a part of that shit, though.
Yep.
Lord willing, we gonna stay far away from that shit. Lord willing, we be them men. We gonna keep doing this work until the end.
He just laughing at it. Shit, I hope Biden stay in. If he gonna be the one that's gonna destroy the country, whoever gonna do that, keep him in. You know what I'm saying? So shit is what it is, you know? But it's gonna happen because everything comes to an end. Just like America's no different than the Romans because they are the Romans. The people that run America are the Romans. They're the ancient Romans. That's why they still worship those pagan deities. They're the ancient Greeks. They just renamed themselves now to Americans, which they were British. They were British, they were French, they were Spaniards, they were English. Now they call themselves Americans. You see the foolery there? But they're no different than the people of Rome. This place is just like Rome. What did Rome do? How did Rome go wrong? They spread themselves too thin because they had too much expansion with too many military bases. Who did that sound like? That sounds like America. They end everybody else's war. They sending billions of dollars to Ukraine. That's spreading yourself thin. You got all your money going over to Ukraine. Now Israel just got hit with 2,000, 3,000 rockets. Now they're going to have to go over there and help them. They have some shit going on the island of Haiti. And then they're still over there looking at China about the island Taiwan. And they finna start a war over there. And then when Iran jumps in the war, then they going to fight against them. Then they still got to keep their eye on the Saudis. You spreading yourself too thin, man. And that's what's going to be their downfall, just like it was with the Roman Empire.
Yeah, man, it's like too much weight, you're gonna eventually crumble.
Yep.
And America's finna eventually crumble, man. They got too much, their legs getting weaker and weaker by the day. And
the iron mixed with the clay.
Yeah, calm.
Which was the Roman Empire, which America is Rome all over again. It says that deadly wound was healed, and then they came back into power. right? The Renaissance area was the Romans just coming back into power. Now today you know it as America, which is Mystery Babylon in the Bible, which we know Mystery Babylon gonna be utterly destroyed with fire. But where's that fire gonna come from? Are we gonna come out here with lighters and fire torches and burn America? No, it's gonna be burned by nuclear missiles. So this war, World War III that you see happening, because it's happening already, it's going to cause nuclear missiles to be shot over here in America, just like you see missiles being shot in Israel, missiles being shot in Ukraine. Imagine when missiles start being shot in America. It's going to be all hell breaking loose. Purge on the street.
Just think about the Great Depression. What caused the Great Depression? It was a war, right? And so now when you look fast forward to this time, because just like the brother was saying, America is finna go to war and it's finna get hit with some nukes.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna cause another Great Depression, which is gonna usher in Jacob's trouble, which is all gonna be full circle to the end of the world. Then the Lord gonna come back, he's gonna save his people, and then his chosen people gonna rule the earth. But it's gonna be a forever rulership, and that's how it's gonna be forever and ever and ever and ever.
Yep, the Roman Empire fell because of economy reasons, they currency, and America's falling too because of those same reasons, but now they trying to switch the system. Just like when it was the gold standard, they switched it to fiat paper currency to kick the can down the street a little bit more. Now that can is coming to a stop, it's coming to an end. Now they trying to kick it again and come with this digital system. But that's going to play against them, man.
They finna go back into the dark ages.
Yep.
They finna go back into the dark ages, but this time the light gonna be shut out permanently.
Yep, facts. Big facts. They finna.
It ain't gonna be no more Renaissance period. You ain't gonna hear no more about no Renaissance period. You know what I'm saying? When they fell and then they rose again and became this great. No, it's never gonna happen again. So don't look forward to that. Just look forward to the end. That's all we got to look forward to, because that's for certain, and that can't be changed. Can nobody change that? So we just looking forward to it, because we know when it ends, then that's the sooner this place ends, the sooner we get liberated. It is what it is.
And a lot of them finna go back to the spiritual realm.
Exactly.
Which you already see that starting to happen. So shit, today a good day. 250 demons.
That's why the sun's shining.
Yeah, you had 250 demons overnight go back to the spiritual realm.
Facts.
I mean, if they don't want that war and that to happen to them, they could just pack up and leave the land. They could come to America and just leave the land and give us the land back, right? Where does it say in the Bible that the Israelites would get on jets and planes from America, Russia, and then they would be delivered back to Israel off jumbo planes,
right,
and then they would dwell there and it would be everlasting war while they there? Where does it say that in the Bible? So that lets you know that those are not the people. Can you,
Yeah,
what, Luke 21? Where does it say that at? You know, so we know who's in the land, not the true Israelites. You know, and the world gonna have to admit that. You know, they gonna have to admit that whether you like it or not. You're gonna have to get down or lay down when the Lord comes. We helpless. Ain't nothing that we could do. All we could do is talk. That's what the Lord set us out here to do. Talk, spread the message, spread the good gospel. But the Lord's gonna come back and fight. You ain't gotta worry about fighting us. You gotta fight against what your government says is UFOs when he puts it on his news channel. We crazy for saying UFOs, but your government is putting it all on the news. That's what you gotta fight against. Let's see if your AR-15 or your AK-47 could take down a UFO. Or take down a missile that's coming out the sky. Let's see if you can shoot a missile. And you remember that movie on Netflix, Don't Look Up? It was a movie called Don't Look Up because it was an asteroid coming to destroy the Earth on Netflix. And then you had the dude, he came out with his guns and he started shooting at the asteroid. Let's see if your guns, because that's the only thing that make you strong. It's your weapons, because the Lord blessed you with that sword to fulfill prophecy. But he's going to come back and take that sword. That's the only thing that make you strong. How did you get America? Because you had more advanced technology than the Indians. You had a gun, right? But when your guns can't do nothing, then what? That's the only thing that make you tough in your heart, is that you could go home and you can get your safe and you can get your fucking guns. That's it. That's what makes you tough. And your guns can't fight against missiles. Your guns can't fight against nuclear missiles, man. When Russia sends the Satan II over to America, your guns not gonna do nothing.
They was just testing nukes. It was just tested news, bro. Just like a couple days ago. Yeah, I know.
This Luke 21, verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captive to all nations. That happened to the Israelites. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down by Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So the Israelites were scattered amongst all nations in captivity. The people that's over there, says Jerusalem shall be trodden down by Gentiles. They over there fighting over land that's not even neither one of theirs. And that's why they both getting destroyed on both sides. You know, I mean, you better have a fucking bazooka or something. That's
Hey,
not
what was you saying? What was you saying about them being flew over there with jets and shit like that?
Yeah, off planes and shit. That's not
That's
proper.
not right. So this is Jeremiah 3, verse 14. It say, "Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion." So this is how the true people is going to get brought back to the land, right? It says, "And I will give you pastures according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. And it shall come to pass, when ye be multiplied and increased in the land in those days, saith the Lord, they shall say no more, the ark of the covenant of the Lord, neither shall it come to mind, neither shall they remember it, neither shall they visit it, neither shall that be done anymore. At that time they shall call Jerusalem the throne of the Lord, and all the nations shall be gathered unto it, to the name of the Lord, to Jerusalem, neither shall they walk any more after imaginations of their evil heart. In those days the house of Judah Salaki, verse 18, in those days the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given for an inheritance unto your fathers.
Right there. So when the Israelites go back to the land, it's gonna be all 12 tribes, not just
Exactly.
one.
Yeah,
or
and
two.
it's not gonna be separated, because right now they got people over there who they say who call themselves the real Israelites or the real Jews, and then they got people over there in Palestine, and then they got people over here and people all over the place, but they didn't get over there together. Like we just read how when the true people enter back into the land, all the tribes gonna be together.
Let me get this. Revelations 3:9. Behold, I will make them the synagogue of Satan. So the Lord is saying this is the synagogue of Satan, because these are the devils that's behind everything, that runs Hollywood, runs your news channel. And devil goes into the word deception. Deceivers. These are the deceivers that deceive in the world that they are the Israelites or the Jews. It says, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. So the Lord said, look, it's going to be people on earth that's going to say they are Jews, but they lying. So if I go on Google and I type in Jews, who pop up? Those are the people that's saying they are Jews and lying, right? It says, behold, I will make them come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I love thee. So the Lord said something going to happen where he going to come, he going to make them bow down and admit that we are the true Israelites and worship our feet, even though we've been worshiping their feet for so long, right? Because if you say who runs Hollywood, well, we know who that is. You say who runs the music industry. Our people is big for being in the music industry. Who runs it? Who owns it? They do. Your news channel, YouTube. Who runs YouTube? Who's the president or the CEO of YouTube? Do some research. Oh, you want to talk about credit? Having credit, right? Good credit, bad credit, okay credit. Who runs that? Who created that system? Go to the board of directors of Asperian, board of directors of Equifax, board of directors of TransUnion, and look at who's sitting on the board and look at their background, and 9 times out of 10 you're going to see that they come from so-called Jewish family. That's who running the world, but then they some crybabies about everything. They running everything, they own everything, and then you say anything about them, then they want to cry. Because they don't want to get off that throne. They want the world to have sympathy for them while they continue deceiving the world, man. But the gig is up, you know, and that's why we out here teaching our people who the true Israelites are. And when the Lord come back, he say he gonna make them bow down and worship below our feet. They gonna come willing, because their other brothers, the rest of the Romans in America, they gonna throw them under the fucking bus. They gonna let the Americans, the Europeans just die, and then they gonna come back to the kingdom, and then they gonna try to worship us because we gonna be empowered. So they gonna throw their own brothers under the bus. So if I was a white man, I wouldn't even fucking like them, man. I'll be against them, because you know they gonna throw you under the bus, because they look at you guys as lesser. Y'all the same people, but they look at you as the lesser, and they look at them as the holy people that run the earth. So when you look at the banker families right? Which we all know the names of them that own the banks. What's their background? A lot of them go back to Jewish. Look at the owner of Facebook. You see what I'm saying? Look at the owner of pretty much they own everything. Look at BlackRock, the company BlackRock that is responsible for owning pretty much everything, all the companies,
Yeah,
the
the
big
industries.
companies,
The
the industries, right?
They power all of your Nikes, your Champions, all the big time industries are ran by because.
But it's clear to see who the real Jews is, because don't nothing go on the earth or nothing gets celebrated or glorified on earth if we don't do it. Whatever court we say is the cool court, that's the cool court. Whatever type of houses we say are the cool houses, that's the cool houses. Whatever music, whatever style, whatever dressing, fashion, that all comes from us. They want to fucking worship Nikola Tesla. You don't know that Nikola Tesla got those ideals from his slave, which was a black slave. That's what they don't tell you about. They want to say they invented this, invented that. Why is Abraham Lincoln so glorified? Because of the so-called black slaves, which we know he was a devil. But hey, if you go over here to this little thing they building over here by the county building, it's something over there they built by the county building. They got a big like mirror, kind of like that one, like that, like a big picture on the building, and they got Abraham Lincoln black, and they got like Obama on there, and they got like a couple more black people on there, and they got Abraham Lincoln looks black. So in this one, Abraham Lincoln looks white, but if you go over here to the county building, the one they just made by the county building, they got Abraham Lincoln painted black. These goddamn devils don't know what's going on. But, all they got to know is get prepared for war. We ain't bringing the war. Russia going to bring the war to you. Your own people going to bring the war to you. You see, and that's how the Lord works, because a kingdom divided cannot stand. He going to use your own people, and the weapon that he blessed you with, how you even got America, he going to use that to take you out. Because the biggest sword, which, it started with the gun, but the biggest sword that you got is a nuclear missile. That's the best weapon you got. And he going to use that same weapon. That's what's going to bring the fire and brimstone. The lake of fire is when the Israelites are on what you call UFOs, chariots, and they looking down on earth and they see a lake of fire from nuclear missiles. If you want to see how that look, just look at Ukraine right now. You can get like a little taste of it. Or look at Israel right now. You can get a little taste of it. You see what I'm saying? But when it comes to America, it's going to rock the whole world. It's going to rock the whole world. It's over. Game over. But that's the finale. So those things got to happen in those different places. We know Russia is going to destroy America. NATO was created to fight against Russia. We all know that. But Russia got allies. They got China. They got Iran. A couple more mixed in there. They got North Korea, right? Which happens to be all enemies of the United States. So we got so many nuclear missiles on Earth. What do you think? They just sitting there? They never going to be used? They just sitting there forever? No, it's so many nuclear missiles on Earth because they're going to be used for a appointed time.
This Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. So that's what the nuclear missiles was created for.
Which was technology. Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed by what you would say is like a nuclear missile today.
Right.
Whether it was delivered on a missile system or it was just an explosion, right? But that technology, they say it was given to the guy Oppenheimer. So you can watch that on Netflix about that guy. He's like the father of bombs or something like that. I'm kind of misquoting it, right? But that technology was given to him so they could develop that technology to hypersonic nuclear missiles today, because that's going to be the end of the world, which everybody knows,
So really, I mean, we know it's all the spirit of the Lord, but back then when they was creating that shit, they thought they was doing something good.
Yeah, because it was helping them get in power.
But
they dropped
really
the two bombs on Japan.
Exactly. So it really was one of the worst mistakes they ever made.
Yep. Because the Lord blessed them with that sword, because the Lord wanted to punish us as people, so-called blacks, natives, and Latinos, because we weren't following his laws. But they don't know that the Lord's going to come back and get vengeance for us. This is Isaiah 14. I want to start at verse 21. Prepare slaughter for the children for the iniquity of their fathers. Well, I didn't do it, but your fathers did. The Bible says, prepare slaughter for the children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities. I will rise up against them, say the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant and the son, the nephew, say the Lord. So the Lord is going to rise up against them and cut them off from being a people. You know, that's our message. You ain't got to worry about us. Everybody want to fight against us and shit. We just the prophets. You ain't got to fight against us. You got to fight against the Lord, man.
Yeah, man, stop picking on the weak. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know we ain't got no bombs. Y'all know we ain't got no army.
No missiles,
We ain't got no
jets.
fighter jets. Come on, man.
Don't shoot the message. You want to get mad at us because we speaking the words that the Lord. All we doing is reading the words out the Bible. This is what the Lord said was gonna happen.
Bet you they're gonna come over here and get cooked.
This is what the Lord said. I'm gonna run it back. I'm gonna run it back. This is Isaiah 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for the children for the iniquity of their fathers. Well, we didn't have any slaves, but your fathers had slaves, right? That they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities. The Lord said prepare slaughter for the children for what their fathers did, because you are your fathers reincarnated, but you benefit off the labor and the slavery just like your fathers did, because your fathers passed those things down to you. So you got to pay for it. Isaiah 4, you got one?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Isaiah 14, verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take captives whom captives they wore. So the same way the blacks, Latinos, Native Americans went in slavery and captivity, the same people that put us in captivity, we're going to take them in captivity. And this is what Vocab Malone hates so much. This is what the wacky-tacky Christians and Catholics, this is what they hate so much, that we out here speaking the truth like this. And we not afraid. And they shall take them captives who captives they wore, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
I almost called them over here as they want to talk about the Bible, but I was trying to see, but I wasn't for sure if they were what I thought they were.
Isaiah 58, verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, the house of Jacob their sins. So we crying out loud, we ain't sparing nothing, man. Vocab Malone, he don't want us to really talk like this. He don't want us to really walk like this. He don't want us to really be like this.
TD Jakes. I mean, they don't want us talking like this. I just start watching this other pastor, this black pastor. His name Jamal Bryant. And he got a big ass congregation church too, you know what I'm saying? Just like the TD Jakes and Geno Jenkins, all of them, right? And this motherfucker said that he teaching his congregation that it's okay to sin because Jesus Christ sinned 85% of his life. and still was saved and still got salvation. That's what he teaching his congregation. But the video that I watched, that's what he was teaching them. I'm like, what? He said Jesus Christ sinned 85% of his life and still got salvation. What the fuck is you talking about?
He was unblemished, bro. Without sin. You see what I'm saying?
So so they hate to see when we out here, we talking that truth, and we giving motherfuckers, and we giving the people the whole road. They hate it. You know what I'm saying? Because they only want us to come out of the New Testament.
They don't want us to talk like this. Here we is in Springfield. They think ain't nobody out here talking like this. Yeah. But then they gotta come down here and see two brothers that's been down here for years talking like this. That shit get on their nerve, man. Like, damn, man. This Springfield, this the home of Lincoln. And we out here talking like this. We everywhere. This is Proverbs 3, verse 25. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of desolation of the wicked when it cometh. Lord said, when the desolation of the wicked coming, when all hell breaking loose, you sitting in your room like, damn, it's really finna happen. The Lord said, don't be afraid, man. You ain't gonna have, bro. When all hell break loose, you're not having a spirit of fear. You're gonna be joyful, man. It don't matter what business you didn't build, what you didn't did. You like, it's going down, man. When they talking about it's missiles in the sky, it's jets in the sky coming over to America right now, you're not gonna be afraid, man. You're not gonna have the spirit of fear on you, bro.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a joyful thing. You know, because some of them big time, like us, we really don't know where the missiles gonna land at, but we kind of know that they're gonna attack big time cities. You know, your New Yorks, your LAs, your places like that, right? And so when we see that, we're gonna be probably somewhere in our small little country, our small little town, and we're gonna see this shit on the news. You know what I'm saying? And like we're gonna be able to witness the glory of the Most High, and that's the beautiful thing about it.
Yep. And when they say that bitch finna hit like in Chatham or something like that, Chatham, Illinois, don't be afraid. Damn, that's right next to us.
Yeah,
they said that bitch finna hit.
Chatham is Springfield, man. You could walk to Chatham.
When they say that bitch hitting in Chatham, like, yeah, it looks like it's finna touch down, that nuclear missile finna touch down in Chatham. Don't get afraid. Like, yeah, that's right close to us. Hey, it is what it is. You know, Ezekiel 2 verse 6, and thou son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words. We ain't afraid of their words, man. Them talking under their breath saying shit, we ain't afraid of that shit, man. Get the fuck out of here. If y'all ain't did nothing by now, then keep moving. It says, though briars and thorns be with thee, right? Because it's gonna be all hell, and thou does dwell among scorpions, especially when I'm talking about our people. Be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed at their looks. We ain't dismayed at them looking at us all weird, coming by us, staring at us, smirking, having a feeling, because they hearing that truth. That shit hitting their ears, and they got to go home and think about that. Because when you hear something like that, impactful like that, you don't just wipe it out. You go home and you still think about it. Well, they said the nuclear missiles, Russia was going to be destroyed. They said that 250 devils died in the last 24 hours. That shit hit your heart, bro. It says, though they be a rebellious house, and that's talking about Israel, rebellious, but even the other nations, man. Don't be afraid of their looks. Don't be afraid of they words and shit they saying.
No, I was looking at the small hat, standing over there looking at us in that Lexus truck. I think it was a small hat, but she was looking hard as hell, though. But yeah, though, be not dismayed at none of that, because we know that they really is not the ones in the power seat. Like, they really not, everybody is programmed to do what the Lord got them doing. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Bible tells us that man's goings or man's ways are of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So these people is just playing a role that they supposed to play. You know what I mean? And, you know, they finna be taking out that seat, and then the righteous people of the earth, you know, who God made and created for that purpose, exactly that purpose, which is the true Israelites, we gonna be put in that power seat.
I'm finna get this last precept. This Matthew 10 verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both the soul and the body in hell. So that's just what it is. You see what I'm saying? With that, we're gonna give all praises to
Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, or Kakadas. Hey, I like these type of camps though.
Yeah.
You know, we was supposed to hit Deuteronomy, but we came out here and just let the spirit.